Hello again there folks, TaterCat here. Today I will be reviewing Horns by Joe Hill. This is one of my favorite books, on top of I actually quite enjoy Joe Hill. This was I think the second book of his that I read. I only have 3 of them anyway. Horns follows the story of Ignatius, I'm not really sure how to say the name, Ignatius Parrish, or just Ig or Iggy for short. He wakes up one morning after a angry, drunken night to find out that he is growing horns out of his head. These horns cause people to tell him all about their deepest, darkest secrets and urges. Like how the doctor he visits is just like, hey, you know what? We should just crush up a bunch of Oxycontin and snort it. You want to join me for that? And Nick's just like, no. I want to know why I have horns growing out of my head. The night of the drunken, angry bender was the anniversary of his girlfriend, Marin Williams' murder. She was unfortunately raped and murdered in the woods by the old foundry. It's a place of significance. All he remembers about being at the old foundry was visiting the little memorial site that people have put up for Marin. And that's about it. He doesn't remember anything else he did there. He remembers angrily pissing on it, and that's about it. So it's partially him trying to recall what the hell he did that last night, maybe wondering, would that be the reason why I suddenly now have horns that cause people to tell me terrible things? So it starts off as just he's trying to figure out if whatever he did that he can't remember of his drunken, angry night resulted in him having horns. On one of his visits trying to find some comfort from somebody like his family, who are decently well-off people. His father was a famous jazz musician. He encounters his older brother Terry, and Terry tells him this horrible secret that he didn't know, because for the last year, Ig has been blamed for Marin's death, and his brother Terry tells him, no, I've been having to hide this for a year, and I've been living in hell because of it, but Lee Torno, the guy that Ig thinks was his best friend, is the one who killed Marin. So after that ugly truth, of course he wants to try to go get revenge on Lee. The way this book is written, it kind of jumps back and forth a lot between times of it is the present, where Ig has the horns, to significant flashbacks on like when he first met Marin, when he first met Lee, the reason why he wound up being so loyal to Lee, some important flashbacks from Lee's perspective, kind of showing that Lee is a horribly monstrous person, and it reveals the secret that Marin herself was hiding from everybody. There is a movie to this book, starring Daniel Radcliffe, and I think it's one of those situations where if you watched just the movie and have not read the book, it's fine, but if you read the book, then you kind of hate the movie, or at least that was it for me. A couple of issues I have with it is they made Lee Torno in the movie just kind of a regular person, where in the book he is a very manipulative, calculating sociopath. Like, he is a very scary person in the book, and in the movie he's just kind of not. I don't know, it just takes a lot out of it when you realize, oh, this person was just oops, instead of just this fucking calculating scary person. That just sucks a lot of the tension, I'm not sure what word to use out of it though. Like I said, this is one of my favorite books. Even having read it again, there were many times where the only reason why I had to stop reading it was because eye strain, and I was just getting tired enough to where words stopped making sense. So in that regard, I'm giving this my personal 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10s are only reserved for like things I actually would call my favorite books, which there aren't that many actually. So would I recommend this book at least to read through once? Yes, very much so. He's got one of his movies, actually, one of his books actually became, I think it was on HBO, which is Nosferatu. It's N0S4A2. Still working on the Chronicles of Nick. That'll be probably the next book I review, though I am reading something in between that. It's a manga, so that's going to be a shorter one. Like, subscribe, and all that noise. I'll see you in the next one, folks. Later.